That's why I was there, brother, right when you needed me.
What's going on, guys? LoganJYA here, and we've got Adamancipators. That's right, solid rocks, brother. We're back. Haven't done an Adamancipator deck profile in a few months now. I think it's about time we get in on the edge of the new meta. Give you guys a chance to play one of the most fun RNG combo decks of all time. Hands down, you're going to have a great time with this list. It really is Lightsworn's, made for the new age. Give it a shot and let me know what you think. Now, before we get into this deck profile, I want to give a shout out and thank you to our new affiliates. Your Playmat has custom card sleeves as well as playmats and a whole lot more. Be sure to use my unique code for 10% off your order. Help support the channel and you get something cool in return. And check them out, link in the description down below. But without any further ado, let's get into this deck profile. Solid rocks, brother. Ooh, yeah! Alright guys, so before we get into this deck profile for the Adamancipators, I want to do a quick test hand / combo tutorial. I don't know if you guys remember, but we did a deck profile on this list after Block Dragon was hit. I was playing the deck for a while and actually performing quite well with it. I think this could be a very fun strategy for the new July format, and the deck still has an extremely high ceiling. So let's see if I can show that off to the best of my abilities right here. Starting things off with the opening test hand. Theoretically, we're going first here. Oh man, uh-oh, not looking so hot, but I think this is still playable. Honestly, it's a risky business, but let's just take a shot at it, okay? We'll normal summon the Seeker, and let's see if this can get us into the game. Seeker effect, we try and hit, we're going for 5. Alright, looking like we're in business here. We'll hit that Doki Doki right there, right? Now, if they were to stop the Seeker, that would have been a tricky situation for sure. But who really, the first thing they do is stopping the Seeker? I don't think many people are doing that. So we'll go Doki Doki effect, pitching the Guardian. If we get Gammaed or Ashed here, we actually still have plays. We can Signs back the Guardian and continue to play. But yeah, we're not completely screwed, but we're going to play this out in the optimal situation. Try and keep it as safe as possible, so when the time arises, we can play it out safe. Here, though, I think the best bet is to go for the Roxy's, for sure. So we summon out our Roxy's. I think at this point, to keep things extra safe, we're going to go 2 into the Herald of Arclight. So now we have hand trap protection going forward. This puts us outside of the nib range. That's summon number 4. Feeling pretty good here. Now we can do our climbing. So we'll go Roxy's into the Meow, trigger Roxy's effect. We're going to banish that extra Guardian in our hand. We have to mandatorily draw a card. Oh, that's a good draw. And then we resolve the effect to summon the Dropsies from deck. Now, I choose to play Dropsies. Some people choose to play Fansies, or the burning one, the one that burns in time. This one accomplishes the same purpose, where if you find yourself in a tricky time situation, you can gain 1,000 life points, and then I'll put you right back into the game. So, link 2 up into the Cockadoodle-Doo. Now here's my embarrassing proxy for Prank Kids Pranks. Mine is in the mail, so unfortunately we have the It's Just a Prank Bro proxy. So we just link climbed like crazy. We're still safe from Nibiru. We drew into a Researcher, which is pretty good, but next step, since we knew we had that Signs, that's where we're going to continue the play. We're going to play the Signs, we're going to bring back that Seeker, and then we're going to use its secondary effect to stack. We're going to stack the Analyzer like this. Then we're going to go Sync for 6 into the Wrap-Tight, like that. And then Wrap-Tight effect, we're going to guaranteed hit an Analyzer, which is what we want. We also have a Doki, that's not a bad choice. Dark Magician, that's a nope. And an Exceed. Alright, well, definitely going for that Analyzer here. Put those back, and then declare Analyzer effect. Let's keep hitting. Showing me the money. There we go. Got a supplier in business, got 2 suppliers in business. So we'll summon one of those suppliers out here, and we'll use its effect. That'll get us another free Guardian to our hand, because why not? Why don't we want free hand advantage? So we'll grab that Guardian to our hand. We'll go these 2 into Halky Fibrax, Halk effect, summon from deck. Let's bring out our boy Plague Spreader. And for the sake of card economy, we'll turn these 2 into a 2-piece Apollosa. You could go for more materials, but at this point I just want to keep the maximum amount of bodies on board. While we still control a rock, we'll special summon that Researcher effect. We have not used it yet. That's a hit. Yep, it's going to be that supplier. Summon that guy out. Still got a full board here. We'll turn these 2 into Borreload Savage. Right there. In fact, I'll put him here, just for the sake of room. And Borreload Savage will attach The cock-a-doodle-doo. Want the maximum amount of attack points. That'll give him 2 negates. Pretty nice. Still got room to play with here. So, okay, for our next trick, we're gonna bring back her Plague Spreader by putting back this Red Eyes Fusion. We got to get that out of here. Can't have that in our hand to use our Verte. So we'll bring him back. We'll turn these two guys into a Verte Anaconda over here. Now you have options once again. You can take these two and overlay them into an Abyss Dweller if you think you have the sufficient amount of negates and you're not fearing the Forbidden Droplets, or you just leave this supplier on field for follow-up. We'll use Verte's effect, sending Red Eyes Fusion, banishing Black Dragon and Dark Magician, bring out the Dragoon. Finally, we're going to activate the Prank Kids Pranks at the end phase. This card lets you shuffle back 3 Prank Kids with different names from the graveyard. We'll put back the Rocks, the Drops, and the Meow. So this one goes into the extra deck, and then these two go into the main deck. We draw 1 card, and there we go. So we're ending with 2 cards in our hand, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cards on the field. That's 10 cards total. We plus 5 this turn. We've got 2 monster negates, 3 omni negates, and the pseudo floodgate effect of Herald the Arclight prevents us from being forbidden droplets. It's a pretty dang good setup, I'm not gonna lie. So I like it, and then we also had the option to overlay these two, if desired, to go for the Abyss Dweller. Even if our opponent does have the droplets and we do this, they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 threatening cards they have to hit out. So, what do you guys think? Let's move into the deck profile. What's going on, guys? LoganJYA here, happy to bring you the Adamancipator Prank Kids deck profile. I'm not the big fan of the Prank Kids, as you all know, but in this deck, I'm gonna let it slide because I love Adamancipators to death. We've done deck profiles on this particular deck before, but now it's a little bit different than we used to play it. So let's go through the list and I'll tell you guys about my particular card choices. I'm gonna go quickly through the obvious stuff. As you know, we were playing triple Researcher, triple Seeker, and triple Analyzer. That is mandatory, guys. You gotta play maximum amount of Adamancipator monsters in your Adamancipator deck, and these are the good ones. Follow that up with the Prank Kids engine. Triple Roxy's and 1 Dropsies. Okay, we're not doing the Pandemonium thing. I get it. It gives you an extra interruption. It helps you play through that pesky Dark Ruler No More or Droplets, but we have alternative strategies to that. So we are sticking with the consolidated package in terms of monsters for the Prank Kids. Moving on from there, triple of the Quackimeru Supplier and triple of the Quackimeru Guardian. Stop the hand traps, free special summon, free search. It regenerates you advantage. It extends into your rank 4s. It's one of the best extenders in the deck. Basically an archetypal card. This could be considered our 3rd archetype in the deck. But no one ever names it, you know? No one ever says Quackimeru Adamancipator deck profile, and I understand why, but just pointing that out. Triple Doki Doki. You have to play this. It's one of your best normal summons that gets you straight into the engine by pitching a card, special summon from deck. Really good. Hurts when it gets Gamut or Ashed, or Veilered, or Imperned. But if you have the extenders, then you're good to go. If you don't have the extenders, this probably shouldn't be your normal summon. Just saying. And it always never hurts to hit it later. I'm still playing the 1 Blue Rock. The Blue Rock gives you a free draw. It's another Adamancipator name. If you were to open this up with Researcher, it's a free, or Seeker, it's a normal special combo, so pretty good to have. We are doing the triple Parallel Exceed, alright? I want to see it. I've always argued with maybe just playing 2 of this card, but nah, man, you want to see it. It sucks when you open doubles, but seldom does it ever happen. There's other bricks you're more likely to see, and this is one of the most powerful cards in the deck with how far it lets you go. It's like the Prank Kids engine. When you see it, it makes your boards get to that level of, okay, I don't think there's any way my opponent's going to win. Still playing the 1 Plague Spreader Zombie. You guys can choose to cut this if you like. I like the idea that it lets you extend and stack cards from your hand, particularly bricks. So if we open 1 brick, we can just put it right on back into the deck and not have to worry about it if we choose to go our Halki Fibrax route early on. And then the next bricks, we are still playing the Dragoon in this deck, okay guys? You don't have to play this either. You can cut this if you so desire, and you get 2 extra slots in the extra deck, and your boards will still be very good. You use those 2 monsters to make something else like an IP. So I'm back and forth on this, right guys? You don't need to play this. In fact, the deck is relatively budget if you choose not to. But at this current point in time, I want the additional pressure. I want the leeway of if I get hand trapped, I know that I can still use 2 monsters just to crap out an Omni Negate. That's extremely hard to out. Call me a dingus. I want my crutch. Spells. Triple Signs, it's Monster Reborn. I think you gotta play it. It has the added effect of stacking. Our only going second card that I'm maining currently is Dark Ruler No More, 3 of. Very similar if you guys saw the Gravekeeper lineup. We don't want to use too much of our hand advantage. That's not going towards our combo. So Dark Ruler No More is that blanket interruption, and there's a lot of times where if you're playing against the Drytrons and you Dark Ruler them, you will still be able to fight through 2 monster negates with 6 cards. It is possible, trust me. So that is my take on that. Moving on from there, we got the 1-ofs. 1 Red Eyes Fusion for the Dragoon. 1 Harpy's Feather Duster for spell and trap removal and not an auto lose to Mystic Mind. 1 Monster Reborn, obvious reasons. 1 Called by the Grave, Sacked by the Grave. And then my proxy for Prank Kids Pranks, which is in the mail and didn't come yet, but we've got, it's just a prank, bro. It's a continuous spell that lets you shuffle back. It's like a Pot of Avarice. It puts back your Prank Kids engine and gives you a free draw, keeping that card economy going. It really does come up, and it's quite useful. I get it. It's another brick in your deck, so if you don't want to have something to search off your cockadoodle-doo, you can completely cut this card. But I am choosing to play it in the meantime. Alright, that takes care of the main deck. We'll go through the extra and then the side. Prank Kids. 1 Meow, 1 Cockadoodle-Doo. Like I mentioned, we are not playing the Pandemonium, so you don't need to play the Fusions. I think this is all you need. You just turn them into AA-Zues, pretty much. Moving on from there, 1 Halqifibrax. Pretty essential for your combos. It's another extender. It gets you into that Plague Spreader. Plague Spreader puts back bricks and gets to summon itself back. Pretty good. Moving on, 1 Verte to get into your Dragoon. 1 IP Masquerena is another form of interruption. Lets you tag out into a Nightmare Unicorn or an Apollosa. But more oftentimes than not, you're making this on your first turn. It's that added protection against the hand traps. If they choose to hand trap late, they get punished by the Apollosa. Moving on from there, 1 Access Code Talker, of course, for clearing out those games on turn 0, 1, 2. On turn 2, or if you're going second. The 1 Dragoon, obvious reasons. Rank 4s, 1 Abyss Dweller, and 1 Gallant Granite. This card is so good right now, guys. You're playing against the Drytron matchup, you can really slow them down if you hit them with the Dweller. It makes it very hard for them to come back. You can't bend 10, you can't use any of their effects while they're in the graveyard. It's really good. It forces them to play from their hand. And then the Gallant Granite is a key extender that searches like the majority of your deck. So yeah, you'll want to play that card, okay? And then the Synchro lineup. I'm playing this card, you don't have to play this. This is a flex spot. You can change this to something else. Other cards I've always leaned towards include Avramax. Avramax is a good one that you can tag out to with the IP. You can play the Leonite, which is the Fire Adamancipator Synchro. It's a good one. Just some other options, throwing them out there for you. You don't have to play this card, but I do like it because of the added benefit of you cannot be droplets while this card is on your field, pretty much. They can't send cards from their hand to the graveyard. I think it's monsters, right? They cannot send monsters from their hand to the graveyard, which means they can't stop your board. You only lose to Dark Ruler No More if you're passing on this, so that's a pretty good thing to know. 1 Adamancipator Risen Raptite. Shout out to Brio, the art queen. You all know how much I love this extended art, right? She does an amazing job. Be sure to hit her up in the Discord if you want some extended arts for yourself. Gorgeous work. 1 Boral Sword, JK, Boral Load Savage Dragon, the one that negates. And then the 1 Adamancipator Risen Dragite. This is still one of your outs to Dragoon. And if you can go into this going second, you can basically say, see ya chump, to your opponent's entire board. It makes things really easy. You know, if you have the Dark Ruler No More and then you summon this, you can just clear everything out of the way and just not have to worry about a darn thing. That's everything for the extra, full 15. Let's move on to the side deck and bring this deck profile to a close. As always, shout out to Team YuGiOh, YuGiOh Gaming, you know it. Moving on, we got triple of the Nibiru's, triple of the Droll and Lockbirds. These are your hand traps that we're siding. Again, we have more, you guys know my old saying, all gas, no brakes in the main deck for the most part with the exception of the Dark Ruler No Mores, but you still need to be ready to go second. These are some of the strongest cards. We want things that will turn the opponent off for the turn, therefore we gotta be ready. We got the Nibs, we got the Drolls, that's what I'm opting for. I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I can see this one changing. The problem is it's a rock, and that helps because we're playing a rock deck. And sometimes when you're going first and you're anticipating getting hand trapped, and you have extenders in hand, you can literally search this off your Gallant Granite, so in case you get interrupted, you still have another interruption on your opponent's turn. Something to think about.
But that is the lineup I've chosen to go with. Tell me what you guys think below. Would you continue to play Nibiru, or you want to play something else? Moving on, we got Triple Twin Twister for spell and trap removal, and we're going second against the back row deck, or Prank Kids. Ugh. Double droplets, you know, I only own 2, right? So that's why that's there. But you still want to play them in the side, at least, for those matchups where it's really important to turn off those effects on the field, or you're facing down an opponent's Dragoon. And then for the hard-going first option, you know how much I love this card. We got him back again. A Pointer of the Red Lotus. Get to look at that hand, point at it, and say, oh, Dark Ruler, get out of here. Pretty easy. I love this card. It gives you the hand knowledge, know exactly what you have to negate. Really cool, fun card. And then final thing for the back row trap decks, another copy of Red Reboot. So nice try. If you see that card, you're just talented, right? That's everything I got, guys, for this Adamancipator Deck Profile. I really hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to leave a like down below, comment, and do all those good things. Subscribe if you haven't already done so. We got a whole bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Content for you. But that's everything for you guys today. LoganJYA signing off. Have a great day.